This program is sponsored by Ideaz, Greko Printing and Imaging, Comix Wellspring, Grand River Ballroom, and Shorty Bell's Pizza.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Season 5 finale of Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
For the first part of the episode, we are headed to Fantasticon in Toledo.
That's right, we're going to take a look first at our favorite cosplayers.
What possessed the three of you to get dressed in this kind of attire today?
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day coming up. We love Star Wars, we love St. Patrick's Day.
Do you dress up for every holiday?
Yes, I do, and so do they, every holiday. Easter Bunny is next.
Do you guys go around to a lot of Comic-Cons?
Oh yeah, we go to various Comic-Cons. We actually do birthdays. We all do all various sorts. Even like the free comic day, we've gone to those. You know, anything they want, and if they want to donate to us, all of our donations will go to MS Society.
How long does it take to put it all together?
This one I did in about a month, but it was a really focused month.
Skeletor, your favorite villain?
He's one of them. I wanted something where I could really make a nice, intricate, detailed armor.
Why'd you pick this costume?
Kind of a bucket list. I've always wanted a Boba Fett costume. I really enjoy Mandalorian, so I mixed it all up.
All right, and how long did it take you to put this together?
Bits and pieces, almost a year, about 11 months. So I think I'm going to stop after this one. This one for a bit.
He's a one and done kind of guy. Kind of like Boba Fett was. One movie, done the next movie.
Where is she? She is always late. I just can't keep... Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Cosplay Cooking with Q. I'm the Q, obviously. I don't have any ingredients because good superhero help is hard to find, and...
Hi, did you miss me?
Yeah, but... What Earth are you from?
313, were you expecting someone else?
Whatever. It's good to see you. Before we get started, I need a favor. Can you get rid of the black and white because TV wasn't too good to me then?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. Look at that color again. So today we're going to be cooking out of the DC cookbook that happens to feature a couple of Marvel recipes because DC comes first. Today we're going to be making milkshake and red velvet sandwich cookies. So, do you have the ingredients?
What? What ingredients?
The ingredients from the... Do you not understand? You don't know how to... Oh my God.
I'm just messing with you. Of course I have them. What do you need first?
I'm getting too old for this. Red velvet cake mix first.
Sure. Yep.
A quarter stick of butter softened.
Yep.
I need 1 egg.
Sure.
And some mini chocolate chips.
Here you go.
Is this stuff safe?
I don't know.
Okay, so for this part is my favorite part because you can put as much chocolate chips in there as you want. Reach in there, get them in your hand, form them up a little bit, and stick them right on the tray. This is the fun part. So I need you to preheat the oven to 350, and when you get a second, put those in there.
Sure.
All right. Whisking all those cookies kind of got me a little tired. So you do me a favor and help me out. Put me some cream cheese frosting in here.
Sure, no problem.
Not bad. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn each cookie over on the top. You're gonna take a big scoop of the cream cheese frosting, put it right in the center, and put the other cookie on top. So then you just want to take some more chocolate chips because, you know, we put a lot in the last batch. and roll the cookie in the chocolate chips. I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. Let's get to the milkshake portion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some vanilla ice cream, soft serve. Dump it right in there. Just take a little bit of milk and pour it in. And then you want to just give it a stir. And you're just gonna tilt your bowl and give it a nice little pour. So I'm just gonna finish it off with a little whipped cream. You wanna start at the outside and work your way around, and then actually go into the center. So how did you like the dessert?
I like the milkshake better.
Really? Oh, you know, you can't go wrong with a good milkshake. I just wanna let you know that I had a vision that you would be here. You know, you got me under your spell.
You know what?
What? Why would you do that? That's not even cool. Change it back.
No, bye.
No,
Thanks,
you
sir.
just can't lick. She just pulled the disappearing act. Cue the laugh track. Oh! Now it wants to come back.
We are going to do a CBSF celebrity beer tasting.
Non-alcoholic beers sometimes get a bad rap, and people think, well, you know, what's the point of drinking it without the alcohol? But we're here for the flavor. So it's nice to have a non-alcoholic beer that has great flavor. Again, these are masters of their craft.
It tastes just like a regular beer. And so, yeah, I agree with you with the flavor. I am such a beer girl, but, you know, I've made some changes in my life, and I'm going to stick to the NA beers now, and it really makes a huge difference.
From brewery Teru, so the brewery is out of California. They make some fantastic beers. Teru is their project specializing in sour ales, so some wild ales. And then this is their peach blonde sour. And so it's a blonde sour that's actually been aged in oak barrels with fresh peaches. And so that flavor is really going to come through. It's quite delicious.
That is perfectly balanced. It's not too sour. It's not too sweet. It's not, oh my God. And the sour hits you at the back. So it's not like, as soon as you taste it, it's not like sour. It's like, you take the peach, you taste all of that, and then at the end, it's like you taste that. That is amazing.
This is by Pilsner Urquell in the Czech Republic, and this is one of the first beers to come out in this nice golden color because you're gonna have this light lager profile with a little bit of hop.
It's gonna go brew in my stomach in a minute.
So Kolsch's have to be made surrounding the region of Cologne, Germany. And these are fun because they're a hybrid ale, if you will. So they have characteristics of both lager and ales.
Okay, well, I'm a fan of German, British, and Belgian ales, which are a little harder than what we're describing here. So let's give this a taste. Oh, it's great. Yeah. And I'm still drunk from last night, so I'm really appreciating this right now. Just kidding. Thank you, Thomas. This is excellent. Appreciate it.
Thanks to Sedona Tap House in Novi for having us and giving us a bunch of free beer.
Don't the Jedi say that beer leads to the dark side?
That's fear, dummy. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more comics, beer, and sci-fi.
If you're looking for a fun place with great food, lots of arcade games, and a huge beer selection, then look no further than the Grand River Ballroom. It's in the basement of Shorty Bell's and the Detroit Beer Exchange. Oh yeah, this is where all the superheroes and villains come to hang out. Hi, heroines. Can I play next?
Back away.
Okay. Pick up for Richie. All right.
Wow. These smell good.
Guess she was hungrier than me. Hey, ladies, you got room for one more?
No. Get out of here. Scat.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Hey, buddy.
Got your usual?
Thanks. Put it on his tab.
Here's your pizza, pal. And a cold beer.
Now that's what I'm talking about. So come on down to the Grand River Ballroom, where excitement awaits.
Welcome back to Comic Experience Sci-Fi. We have more Fantasticon coverage for you.
You know, something unique about Fantasticon, ladies, is they do 3 shows a year in 3 different states: Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana.
That sounds like a hat trick. Well, speaking of, we're going to go back to Toledo, where we got to speak to an NHL legend.
Hey, comic book geeks and your sci-fi freaks, comic book Casey coming at you from the Fantasticon in Toledo, Ohio. I am with a hockey legend here, Mr. DM Darren McCarty himself.
Pleasure to be here. Absolute pleasure.
Man, we are glad to have you.
This Fantasticon, talking to you, talking about things that we all love and enjoy, comic books.
All right, so let me start by asking you, what got you into the comic book business?
And here's the big thing, Mess Bucket Comics, obviously, Dom Reggio has been a friend of mine.
Yeah, so I've been working on this with John Merquin here, who's the artist, 3.5 years, is that what it was to come out with it? Something like that, 180-page life story graphic novel.
You know, I'm a lifelong Wings fan, so a lot of stuff was, easy for me to draw, but
Darren has a great story. It is a roller coaster ride up, and he has so many ups and downs. And in 2008, he was out of hockey. He was fat, out of shape. He didn't have a job. He was depressed. And then in less than 8 months, he got back onto the Detroit Red Wings and won a Stanley Cup.
Being retired, having a career, writing a book called My Last Fight, True Story of a Hockey Rock Star. I wrote it 10 years ago, right? And it takes a long time to do books and stuff like that. So Dom put the stories which coming out into the graphic novel, coming out this hockey season, 150 pages from the book. But there's still so many stories to go. And the beautiful thing about cartoons and comic books, they're ageless, right? So they can go on forever.
Well, I tell you what, you are definitely a man of the people because you tend to have one of the most steady, consistent lines at any comic convention or any golf course you go to. This is Comic Book Casey signing off at the Fantasticon with the legendary NHL great Darren McCarty in Toledo, Ohio, y'all. We'll get back at you.
This is Richie Rollins from Comic Experience Sci-Fi here at the Fantasticon in Toledo, Ohio, and I'm standing here with
Tom Frogner.
And Mr. Frogner, are you part of the B9 Robot Builders Club?
I'm part of the B9 Robot Builders Club, yes, definitely.
But you got something else.
Well, that's right, because I have actual props from the series that we brought with us today. We've actually have the original helmet that was used by June Lockhart and Warren Oates in an episode. We also have a control box that was used by Jonathan Harris in several episodes. We also have a Roman helmet that was used in all kinds of movies, even Star Trek, that was worn by Jonathan Harris.
How did you come to acquire these props?
Well, it all started many years ago. I went to a Chiller convention and saw the robots and asked about building a robot. I acquired my own. At the same time, I was finishing my basement, and we just decided to recreate the Jupiter 2. And then we did that, and then the next step was I just started thinking it would be great to go to and share this with people at shows. So we built a traveling display of the Jupiter 2 flight deck, and we started adding props to it. And I started acquiring things because I want everybody to be able to see the actual props used in the show. That's what I always wanted to see. A lot of people have collections, and you never get to see them. And they're just put away, so we want to bring this to people.
Would you say Lost in Space is your favorite show?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely Lost in Space is my favorite show, definitely.
What's your earliest memory of Lost in Space?
Well, I can even tell you the first night. I was in 3rd grade when it actually premiered on a Wednesday night back in 1965 at 7:30 p.m. And I remember seeing the promos for it, and I got to watch this as a kid. I can't even tell you what I was doing in school that day. And coming home and that evening, sitting down and watching the opening of The Reluctant Stowaway. It was in black and white, and I was captivated. I mean, I just couldn't get enough of it. And then never my wildest dreams that I think I would be doing shows in the future like this, and even being with cast members, because I have several of the cast members as my friends now, Marta Kristen and Mark Goddard, and we actually do shows with Marta Kristen.
What did you think about the movies that came out later, the remakes?
Well, the remake Lost in Space movie, it was okay until Dr. Smith turned into a spider. And the Jupiter 2 was different, and most people now even forget about the movie. And then, of course, we have the new Netflix series that came out several years ago, and I watched it, and it was a great series, but I didn't really feel it really captured the original concept of Lost in Space. But it was really good. It had good production values, and I actually do own several props from that television series that we bring because people want to see it. So I have a control deck from the Jupiter 2 and some patches and things like that they use for the series.
Is there a prop out there you don't have that's like the holy grail for you that you want to have, that you must have?
You know, any of the spacesuits and costumes, I'm into things like that. You know, even the helmets. There was only 3 helmets for this series. I know where all 3 is. You know, I have one of them. There's been recent auctions when a lot of the costumes have been auctioned off, and they've been astronomical prices. They really have been. And unfortunately, I'm not a multi-millionaire, so that's not going to happen. We'd love to see the original robot someday, which was sold off and is in a private collection. I've even advertised on Facebook saying, if you have it, please come forward. We'd like to see our mechanical friend again, at least one last time. So
it would be nice to compare your work to the actual work.
That's right, that's correct.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Tom.
Hey, my
Thanks for being on the show. This is Rich.
Coming today.
Thank you. This is Richie Rollins from Comix Beer and Sci-Fi. Keep watching.
It's time for our last commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
And coming up, we have another great Ohio Comic-Con.
That's right, we're going down to Dayton for the Gem City Con. Stay tuned.
Here at Crystal Bright Janitorial Services, we provide a full range of cleaning and sanitizing services for our clients. Our daily and nightly services include cleaning and sanitizing, high and low dusting, vacuuming, mopping, and much more. Our specialty services include floor care, carpet cleaning, stripping and waxing, upholstery cleaning, and much more. Our emergency services include COVID-19, flood cleanup, bio cleaning, and much more. Our expertise in janitorial services is adaptable to any customer enterprise, including corporate commercial offices, medical offices, government municipalities, manufacturing, and much more. We will develop a total quality management plan detailing your specific cleaning requirements, staffing, and expectations. Contact us today to get a free assessment of your cleaning and sanitizing needs. Our #1 goal is to give you a crystal bright smile.
Hi guys, it's Brittany G here at Able Ideaz comic book production company, where we bring your ideas to life. Come check out our Birmingham office and see how we do here at Able Ideaz.
Okay guys, you're almost there, but we need to make it look more real. It needs to pop off the page and grab you. Let's make it happen.
Let's go drop in on the art team.
Our team, our clients want more realism.
No! Wait!
Well guys, hope you enjoyed checking us out. Make sure you follow us on social media. Able Ideaz with a Z on Instagram, YouTube, and check out our website, ableideaz.com. Make sure you order your comic books, and I gotta get out of here. Bye guys!
Welcome back to Comix Beer and Sci-Fi. We're headed to Gem City Comic-Con in Dayton, Ohio.
Which is my kind of con because they emphasize comic books.
You know what that means. Mark's back on the patrol, interviewing all the comic book dealers.
I'm here with Mike Bray. He's a vendor here from Nashville, Tennessee. How is the show going for you today?
It's been going great. I've been buying stuff, selling stuff. It's been a great show so far.
What has the people been looking for? What's hot?
A lot of high grade, Silver Age, Golden Age, a little bit of everything. I've sold literally everything I've gotten. 50-cent books, dollar books, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Golden Age, everything.
Yeah, Bill puts on a great show here. This is always a good show, good crowd. Ohio seems to be a great comic state. A lot of good stuff here.
What's the hottest books, Chad?
The hottest books? Well, that's a good question. We sell mainly Golden Age, pre-code horror, 40s, 50s stuff, superheroes. We sell the oddball stuff, hard to find stuff.
That's what people seem to be looking for today.
A little bit of everything, everywhere from like Tarzan to Spider-Man. So
let's talk about, well, what is some of the books that you like to display up here that attracts a lot of traffic through your little storefront?
A few of the books are course, the first appearance of Moon Knight, that always brings in people. Hansi brings in some people. And the first appearance of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
How has the show been going for you today?
It's been steady and no complaints. We've sold some slabs too, which has helped. But I mean, the old art is really where it's at, and it's been an experience. I'm happy to be here. We love Bill and Cheryl, so I'm just happy to be here for them.
In addition to the many comic book dealers at Gem City Comic Con, there are other attractions as well.
That's right. There's actually comic book creators and artists as well.
My favorite are the crafts makers there. We got to talk to one. Check it out.
I am the creator and owner of Twisted Wire Art. I am a wire artist. I create characters and many things out of 22 gauge, 18 gauge, and 20 gauge copper wire. Everything's all created by hand. I started out when I was a little kid making little stick figures, and over the years I just tried to cultivate my art form and grow it and expand it to include many of the characters that you see here on my table today. I absolutely love and have a passion for wire art, and unfortunately there's not a lot of places where you can find wire art. And this is a new one that I created based off of the movie. That's a really popular character that I've created from Spider-Man. One of my pride and joys. So this is Iron Man from Endgame in the new suit that he was wearing. Yeah, so Galactus is a huge sculpture. It's about 3.5 feet tall. So you can find me at www.twistedwire.us. That's my website. Look for me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm also on YouTube, Twisted Wire Art.
I'm a huge vampire fan, and there's a lot of vampire-esque qualities about Null. I love Venom. I think the villains usually stick out a lot more, so I've been cosplaying since about probably 2013, 2014. When I met my wife, we found that we both had a passion for doing costuming and stuff. We got involved in a local cosplay group. It was very thrifty at the start, picking up some football shoulder pads and then reworking them so that you could use some PVC pipe. There's a lot of expanding foam used in the structure of the symbiote heads. This is basically a piece of wood that I carved, and then I used some clay foam. Face mask was probably the most intricate part. I just took a mask that was like a skull and used clay foam to shape it into the teeth and everything, and then painted it. My wife did most of the sewing work. I'd say we probably put in at least maybe 120 hours, just spread out over a period of 3 or 4 months. Yeah, we just had a lot of fun making it.
Hey, this is Mark at the Gem City Comic Con. I'm here with Dave Nestler. He's an artist with Disney. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
How did you get started as an artist and then leading up to working with the big boys at Disney?
It's actually I've been an artist all my life, over 35 years. I started traditional, working in advertising, worked in rock and roll radio for a while, and then I got into my own thing. I was actually started as a pinup artist, and I was working for Playboy. And then in the early to mid-2000s, I'd done pretty well. I had a couple books out, was in a lot of magazines with my pinup art, but then George Lucas came calling. And I worked on I was one of a lot of artists that worked on a big private book project he was doing. And you work for George, you get on a lot of people's radar. And then I got contacted by another big company in LA to do entertainment arts, for licensed properties. And I was doing that for everybody from Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Kung Fu Panda, you name it. And then Disney came calling. But I work for Disney in Japan, and my job is to produce. It's funny. I produce original art that is for drawings and paintings that are for sale over in Asia, and the reason they got a hold of me was there's a big demand for it over there. But 85% of most artists are working digitally. It's not an original piece of art, so they knew how versatile I was and asked me if I could do Disney, and I've been doing it for about 6-7 years now.
Now, you got some beautiful artwork I see here. What was the inspiration when you got started doing art?
I started drawing dinosaurs on the living room floor of my grandmother's house when I was 6. Then came Mad Magazine and Marvel Comics. And then I think I graduated National Lampoon and Heavy Metal, and then it went from there. Well, I actually started drawing. I was copying stuff out of magazines like Marvel and Mad Magazine until about 12. Then I was around 13, I started drawing my own stuff. And I was really heavy into Rat Fink and those monsters with the big shifters and the big goofy eyeballs. It was perfect for a 13-year-old. And then just art school, art classes in high school, and then art school after that, and just kind of evolved that way.
Getting back to George Lucas, when you first met him, what was it about your art that he liked?
He liked my pinup art. It was actually one of his art directors for this project got a hold of me, and it's probably one of the most unprofessional things I've ever done in my life. The guy was talking, he told me about the project, and I agreed to do it. He goes, "I got to tell you, George is a real big fan of your work." And I just said, "The F out of here." And then I stopped myself. I said, "Dude, I'm so sorry. That was so unprofessional." He goes, "Yeah, but it was really funny." But he was a big fan of my work.
And then when you started working with Disney, the guys over there, what did they like about your work?
Versatility. I work for a company in LA called Acme Archives, and they're the ones that license all the huge properties. I mean, everything from Universal, Sony, 20th Century Fox, Pixar. And I'm the guy you can come to and say, can you do realistic Star Wars stuff? Sure. Can you do something for the Big Lebowski? It looks like a 1969 rock poster. Yeah, I can do that too. Then I did stuff for the Beach Boys and Iron Maiden. It couldn't be more yin and yang than that. And again, when Disney came to Acme looking for artists, they just pointed right to me. They said, "Ask Dave." And they came to me and said, "Can you paint Disney?" I said, "Give me an hour, I'll figure it out." Yeah. And about almost 225 originals later, over the course of 6 years, they've sent me over there twice already.
All the work you brought here today, what are some of your favorite pieces that you have here?
Still, I'm a pinup guy. That's what I enjoy doing. That's where I made my bones. That's what everybody mostly knows me from. Very realistic, pinup art.
Are you working on anything special right now?
Even though it's the Harlequin, it's still, sexy girl type stuff. But that's my favorite stuff to do is girls. I don't do a lot of comic stuff. I'm on hiatus from Disney right now, so I'm getting back to my pinup roots, and I'm doing some pinup for myself.
You've had a really good career, Dave, and it's a pleasure speaking with you. We don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate it. And this is Mark at the Gem City Comic-Con with Dave Nestler.
Well, ladies, that's it for another season of Comics Beer and Sci-Fi.
Don't be sad, Nick. You can still catch us on YouTube. We're constantly posting new content.
That's right, and you can stay connected to us by subscribing, like, and comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And we want to make sure to thank our crew and everyone who agreed to be interviewed on our show.
And a big shout out to all the Comic-Cons for having us.
And most importantly, thank you to you guys and all the geeks who have continued to watch our show.
Good job, Jill. Oh, come on, Nick.